Imagine this. You wake up on a normal morning, get ready for work, but suddenly you're told, you cannot work, you cannot prove who you are, unless you have a digital ID card, or an app on your phone that decides whether you are allowed to live and work in your own country. It sounds like a scene from a dystopian novel or a science fiction film where governments control people's lives with digital passes. But it's not fiction. It's the very real plan of Britain's Prime Minister, Sir Keir Starmer. A plan that has unleashed a storm of anger, one so fierce that it has managed to unite sworn political enemies, from the far left to the far right, against him. A rare moment in British politics. But why? What makes these digital ID cards so controversial? Could they shift from being a tool to secure Britain's borders into a dangerous instrument of control over ordinary people's lives? This is where the story begins. Before we dive deeper and reveal what really happened behind the scenes, don't forget to support this video by smashing the like button, subscribing to the channel, and hitting the notification bell so you never miss our latest analysis. And let us know in the comments, are you for or against digital ID cards in Britain? We'll be reading your thoughts and highlighting the most controversial ones in our upcoming videos. It all began when Keir Starmer himself stepped forward to announce his bold new plan. From now on, no one will be able to work in the UK without a digital ID. The official goal? To secure Britain's borders and clamp down on illegal employment. But instead of praise or support, Starmer found himself facing fierce opposition, and not just from one side. On GB News, the outspoken presenter Nana Akua wasted no time slamming the proposal. On live television, she branded it a ridiculous idea. She declared, "Instead of introducing digital ID cards that are never going to work, why not look at what Nigel Farage is doing? Why not try to understand why the electorate finds his policies so interesting that they are prepared to vote for him over 300 seats if an election were called today?" Her words hit hard. Then the cameras cut to a clip that made the story even more explosive. There he was, Nigel Farage, standing in front of a massive Reform UK poster, his voice laced with anger. "I do not see a single benefit to the government having a digital ID," he thundered, "other than them controlling what we do." His attack was brutal, his message crystal clear. To Farage, this wasn't about illegal work or national security. This was about government control. But the true shock came when Nana Akua revealed what Starmer had managed to do, something almost unthinkable in modern politics. She looked into the camera and declared, "Sir Keir Starmer has really achieved the incredible. He has united Zarah Sultana, Ed Davey, Kemi Badenoch, and Nigel Farage against his ridiculous proposal of ID cards. Think about that. Zarah Sultana, a fiery left-wing Labour MP, Kemi Badenoch, the tough-talking Conservative leader. Ed Davey, the Liberal Democrat voice. And Nigel Farage, the populist insurgent. For names that would never normally be on the same side, suddenly speaking with one voice. Starmer had done the impossible, but not in the way he wanted. And it wasn't just politicians. The anger spread like wildfire across social media. On X, formerly Twitter, users were quick to vent their fury. One wrote after watching Nana Akua's fiery exchange with Labour MP Susie Stride. "Brilliant! Watching your debate with Susie Stride, I can't believe how hard she tried to convince you, and us, that people actually support this digital ID, poop emoji. Loved the way you laughed at her claim. These Labour activists have lost the plot." Another user pointed out the obvious flaw. What if you get your phone stolen, like millions of people across the country? Or if you lose it, like me, constantly? Then what? What happens when everything is locked inside that app? How do you even get your life back? A third was even blunter. That's because Starmer can't deal with the real issues. So he cooks up this nonsense just to distract the media from the mess inside Number 10. And the criticism wasn't just from commentators or anonymous accounts. Big political figures lined up to tear the plan apart. Kemi Badenoch, Conservative leader, blasted the scheme as nothing more than a desperate gimmick. "This is not a real solution," she said sharply, "it's just a distraction." Meanwhile, Ed Davey, leader of the Liberal Democrats, raised the alarm about privacy. Digital ID cards, he warned, would force citizens to hand over private data to the government, data that could easily be abused. And then, of course, there was Zarah Sultana, the left-wing Labour MP, joining voices with her ideological opposites. A strange chorus of dissent, but a powerful one. So here we are. On one side, Starmer, clinging to his vision of digital ID cards, convinced this is the path to stronger borders. On the other, a tidal wave of opposition, politicians, journalists, voters, all warning that the scheme could open the door to something far darker. Is this truly about protecting Britain from illegal work? Or is it the first step towards a surveillance state, where the government's hand stretches into every corner of daily life, from jobs to finances to freedom itself? The drama lies not only in the policy but in the politics. Starmer, in one fell swoop, has united his enemies against him. And in politics, when your fiercest rivals suddenly share the same battle cry, you know you're in trouble. Right now, the stage is set like a tense game of chess. In one corner stands Keir Starmer, determined, defiant, holding up his digital ID scheme as the future of Britain. In the other corner stand his enemies, Zarah Sultana, Ed Davey, Kemi Badenoch, Nigel Farage, a lineup no one could have imagined, now marching in step against him. And in the middle? The British people. Divided. Some craving security, others fearing control. But the question that remains unanswered is this. Will these digital ID cards become a shield that protects Britain, or chains that bind it forever? The answer lies not in Parliament, not in party manifestos, but in you. So tell us, where do you stand? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next chapter. Because this story is far from over. In fact, it may have only just begun.